Wait a minute. Isn't Satan released again to deceive the world one last time? You're not alone. This lovely woman asks. After 1,000 years, Satan will be loosed to deceive the nation. If we reign with Christ for 1,000 years, there will be nations that will still be deceived, or will he deceive us? So when you hear the term, the Bible is a wheel within a wheel, this is what we mean. This is a illustrated version of how many cross references the Bible has to itself. The Bible in itself tells one story, the revelation of Jesus Christ. But every story in the Bible also tells the revelation of Jesus Christ. Every single day tells the revelation of Jesus Christ. The seasons mimic the revelation of Jesus Christ. Your life every 80 years represents the revelation of Jesus Christ. It's the same repeating story over and over and over again. So with that being said, let's get into it. Now we see in Revelation 20 verse 8, when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Notice it doesn't say who loosens Satan out of his prison. But from the previous stories, we know that it was some kind of treachery, like we see with Judas. And shall go out Satan to deceive the nations, which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog. Now, this Gog and Magog, they are not physical places. They are people. They are the descendants of Japheth, just like Tubal, Ashkenaz, and Togarmah are descendants of Japheth. So Satan shall go out to deceive, to cause to wonder. And who is he causing to wonder? The nations, a race of people who are usually joined by practicing similar customs and usually refers to unbelieving Gentiles. Well, that makes sense because scripture says that Japheth dwelt in the isles of the Gentiles, which we see here is the coastlands, which makes sense. They are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, the coastland. And they, the nations, went up and encompassed the saints about. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them, which we see prophesied in Ezekiel 39. I will send a fire on Magog, and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, the coastlands, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Now, Satan has not been thrown into the lake of fire yet. He has to be released in order to be thrown into the lake of fire, which is God's plan. But we don't know who does it. So when Christ's millennial reign starts, it'll start off with the 12 tribes of Israel, the 144,000. And they will all dwell in Jerusalem, where Jesus will reign from Mount Zion. And those are part of the first resurrection, the kings and the priests of God. They will rule over the remnant after Armageddon, and the world will become populated again. It's going to be 1,000 years. But there will be a new covenant in the millennial reign. So we see in Zechariah 14, the Lord shall be king over all the earth. Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And everyone that is left, the remnant, shall go up year to year to worship the king and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. But as time goes on, people will forget about this. They won't keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And those are the ones that are going to be deceived at the end of Christ's millennial reign.